Hey guys, it's Tim, and this is the Pro Wrestling Unlimited podcast. We're here talking wrestling. We got Nick with us. What's going on, Nick?
Why'd you intro that so you're like, we're talking wrestling. Like, we're talking wrestling.
No
Do this
clue.
every week.
I don't know. I just blinked for a second.
Story of my life. But what is going on, guys? Welcome to the Pro Wrestling Unlimited podcast. This is going to be fun tonight as we get everybody rolling in here in chat.
I was still thinking Santino and his WrestleMania.
Gotcha. We got Steven 5000 Slater, Jeff Something, Alex Rodriguez is here, Juliana, Killa 703, Ben Dover, not tonight.
So Nick,
Yeah.
do you want to tease them that we have a very, very special announcement, or you want to just get into it? Or should we? Well, actually, we should wait for more
Wait
people.
a minute. I came here so quick. I'm sorry, Nate TV. I don't know who Nate TV is. What is going on? Nicole, welcome to the show. Kason, what's going on?
All right, I'm going to tell the people.
Caesar.
I'm going to tell the people that are here now, don't leave. We have a very special announcement that we've kind of been working on, finally coming to fruition.
Last time I came this quick, I was watching Don Marie. Fucking same. Turnbuckle takeover.
You remember Don Marie and Tori Wilson in the hotel room?
Fuck yeah. Nikon, John Tigerlith, Derek Ayers.
Rio, what's the situation with Bobby Lashley? You know, I think they're just trying to finalize his deal.
Good fucking question. You tell us. Hope everyone is well. I'm doing good. Thank you.
I mean, there's not much to the situation. They both want to work together, and they have talked about him having a feud with Brock Lesnar after WrestleMania, and they want him to look strong going into that. That's all we know so far.
Jerf's best wrestling live streamers, Tim and Nick. Thank
you. Daniel Eubanks, Angel Medina. What's going on, guys? All right.
Hold on.
Oh.
Have you seen Nia Jax addressing Grimm's Toy Show on Twitter about him fat-shaming her? Happened a few minutes ago.
What?
I'll go check
Let's
it out
go check it out. If it's anything.
Well, why don't you introduce our new thing that we got going on?
Oh, we're gonna wait. We only have 50 people here in the live stream. Wait a minute.
I'm guessing he wants attention at Grim Toy Show for his honorable behavior making fun of my weight, which is completely unoriginal. But what gets me is that he's shouting degrading things toward women in front of his young girl. Good job, buddy, says Nia Jax. Turnbuckle takeover. Shinsuke Nakamura versus AJ Styles at WrestleMania.
Well, apparently he posted a video
when he was saying something.
Huh?
Apparently he was just calling her fat in the video.
He said something while he was at Rumble with his daughter. Hold on.
I literally farted as it came down to one.
Hold on.
Nia Fat! Here comes Battle Cow!
Wow. So Nia's music hits for her to come out in the Rumble, and he goes, "Oh, it's Nia Fats. Here comes the Battle Cow."
I mean, he's not exactly one to talk, is he?
No.
He's a pretty fucking hefty guy.
I mean, some people can say, well, that's his thing. He's got nicknames for everybody, like Bork Laser.
Yeah, but that's clearly something else. Fuck off. Fuck you, Grimm's Toy Show. 69 people. Nice.
That's not, being mean to somebody. I mean, Bork Laser is just a play on Brock Lesnar,
Right. Anyway, why don't we,
You want to do it now?
We can wait a minute. This week we do got some fun stuff to talk about. We do have a very special announcement, and we urge you guys to check it out because it would be great, and it's a great way to support us.
I got something really fast.
Go ahead.
All right, so the Jeremy Borash stuff.
Ooh.
Huh?
You texted me that morning when it happened.
Yeah.
I was like, who?
Nick was like, Jeremy who? What?
Jeremy Hoomst?
So
Never heard of him.
If you're unaware, Jeremy Borash was the heart and soul of Impact Wrestling, basically. He's been there since the beginning. He did work for WCW. A lot of the beginnings of TNA were people that were WCW that didn't go to WWE. And Jeremy Borash was one of them that came over with Jeff Jarrett. Jeremy Borash had been most recently main commentator. He had done backstage interviews. He's been the ring announcer. He's been a producer backstage. I mean, he came up with all the broken Matt Hardy stuff with Matt Hardy. Like, Matt would come up with the idea, pitch it to JB. Borash would then say, okay, this is that's a good idea. Here's how we can accomplish that. JB would then be there while they're filming everything, and he'd be producing it while they're filming. And he was a very integral part of the broken Matt Hardy stuff that we saw on Impact.
And I think that's something that not a lot of people know about him.
Well, he is signed with the WWE. The news broke Tuesday morning, yesterday. And people were like, oh, okay, whatever. They didn't, oh, it's just another guy coming over from Impact. Is this even true? No one said it. And Ed Nordholm confirmed it today. Ed Nordholm, the pretty much president of Impact Wrestling now with Anthem, he said, things happen. People leave the company, and now this is an opportunity for other people to actually step up within the company now that Boris is gone. And then he said congratulations to Boris on whatever he's going to do next. So first off, going back to Impact really fast, Josh Matthews, who was the other main guy on commentary, is being transitioned more into like a manager role. So I don't know if he's going to get put back on commentary or not, but apparently Don Callis is going to be I don't know if he's the lead or he's going to be on commentary for Impact going forward. Don Callis is, I love Don Callis in Impact, or New Japan, so that's a plus. But as far as Borash in the WWE, from what we've been hearing over the last 24 hours, it does look like Jeremy Borash is going to be working in developmental, helping run NXT. I don't know exactly what his exact role is going to be in NXT, but from what I'm hearing, he's going to be on the team that, basically runs NXT. He's going to have a pretty prominent role there, I believe. Mm-hmm. But I mean, a lot of people just see, like, when you think about it, a lot of people just see Jeremy Borash as the Impact announcer guy that's done all the different announcer jobs, ring announcer, commentator, backstage interviewer, but he's also really fucking good at that too, which I love.
God, you know where he'd be great? 205 Live. Who the fuck is that other dude that I don't know his name on 205? Who does 205 Live? Yeah, it's Vic McGinnis and white dude.
The guy that came from House of Hardcore, was his name Vic Joseph or something like that?
Yeah, put Borash on there instead.
Well, like I said, he's going to be working NXT. I don't know if he even wants I don't even know what he wants
to do commentary.
Yeah, we don't know.
I just put him where he's going to be successful. Let him pick.
I mean, like I was saying, people only see him as the announcer guy, but he was an integral part of the backstage goings on in TNA almost from the beginning.
Can I be honest? I wouldn't even be mad if he took Morrow's role.
Really?
I don't like Morrow.
What do you think? Are you like the people that say he talks too much?
It's not that he talks too much. He's just a fucking... it's just kind of like a soundboard of references, and they get kind of old after a while.
Mamma Mia!
Yeah, it's always that. It's obscure pop culture reference, obscure 1990s pop culture reference, Mamma Mia 2 more times. What a match. That's it.
Yeah.
It's dude, come on.
I know when he first started doing NXT, the crowds would, there would be, apparently he was so loud on commentary, you can hear him sitting in that building in the Full Sail, which is not that big anyways, but he was so loud on commentary. So the people, the regulars that knew about this would try to hush the rest of the crowd so that way they can listen to his commentary while they're there live at the tapings and stuff. And that's why there was a couple tapings where you watch NXT and you're like, wow, the crowd's not into this. But it's not that they weren't into it. It's that there was that part of the crowd that knew Morrow was so loud, they were hushing the rest of the crowd so they can hear the commentary.
Interesting.
Yeah. Which hasn't really happened since, so maybe they told Morrow, don't be so loud. The crowd would be into it.
So do you want to announce it?
Well, I got one thing first.
Okay. Go ahead.
All right. So let's see. If you guys
Do you want to throw the logo?
Hold on. If you guys like wrestling shirts, you're going to like our newest wrestling shirt. It's the old school.
Hell yeah.
It's the old school Pro Wrestling Unlimited t-shirt. It is based off the old Monday Night Raw logo. It's pretty dope if I do say so myself.
Who came up with the idea?
You did, buddy boy.
Yes, I did.
Okay, we'll put the link in the chat right now. If you guys want to go, I believe it is still on sale. I can double check that.
I believe it is.
All right.
Reading some of the chat here. JR used to say the same thing in the Attitude Era. Yeah, a lot of these commentators are just they're famous for, certain things. JR in general, back in like old day, like in the territorial days, he was a great commentator. He didn't have catchphrases. Like, not a lot of people know Gene Okerlund did a lot of great fucking stuff, back for the AWA and the NWA. No one knew.
Right.
It was before Mean Gene. So, yeah, go check out that t-shirt. It's brand new. It looks fucking cool. Pick it up. Should be still on sale too.
It is.
Thank you guys the best. Thank you, William.
I need to check something really fast.
Yeah, so that is available now, folks. Go pick it up. It would be nice. It would be damn nice. So, I really just want him to announce this because I'm excited for it.
All right.
What are we looking up here?
Oh, there was something going on Twitter with Buddy Murphy. I don't know exactly what it is, though.
Is he dead?
No, I mean, I think people are trying to say, put him on the main roster, have him fight Braun for Alexa's affection or something like that.
I love it. Anyway.
I think that's all it is.
JBL bullied me. Anyway, Tim.
Nick.
Special announcement. Go ahead.
Right here. So, we have a Patreon channel.
We do. We're trying to push him more. YouTube demonetization issues are a real thing here on YouTube for the dumbest actual reasons.
And so, you guys have asked for more content. And if you guys go to our Patreon, I'll put the link in the description. Let me go grab that right now. If you go there and sign up for our Patreon, starting, was it next week we're going to start this?
Yeah, we can start it next week. And if people all go to the Patreon right now, so for as little as $5 a month, you don't have to do the $5. We have a $1 tier all the way up to a $25 tier, so it's not too much, luckily. For the $5 tier, you're going to get a new exclusive patron-only podcast, which I think you guys are really going to enjoy. It's going to be a morning show type deal. I think it's going to be really fun. It's going to be awesome. I know you guys are going to like it. And if you don't want to fork out the $5, if you want to do more, you can absolutely do that. For the if you do $20, get a nice little patron-only T-shirt. So there's a lot of stuff.
Yes, and with this new show, we are calling The Morning Coffee. It is going to be Patreon exclusive, and yes, we'll talk about wrestling, but we may actually talk about more than just professional wrestling on this show. Some, pop culture things, funny things we find on the internet, and all kinds of just random crap that Nick and I want to talk about that we feel you guys would be interested in.
Yeah, so all you got to do is hop over to the Patreon, patreon.com/PWUnlimited. That's patreon.com/PWUnlimited. Go over there. You can do as little as $1, as much as $25. If you do the $5 tier, that gets you the exclusive podcast. A lot of fun stuff on there.
Right. And
you'll also get a ton of stuff days early, like top 10 videos, stuff like that, and patron only, like exclusive content, like exclusive videos. Of course, the new stuff is still always going to go on the channel and be kind of the main part of the channel, but we do also want to make some more videos that are going to be for people that are out there supporting us financially. You give some, we give some back.
All right. And I mean, it's called The Morning Coffee. It's going to be a morning type show. It may not be every day, but it's going to be more days than not.
Yeah, it's going to be more days. We're going to have them. It's going to be great.
All right. Fonzie says, check Buddy Murphy's Instagram. Something going on? Let's see. Buddy Murphy on Instagram.
And if you do sign up for the Patreon today, you're going to get something exciting coming up.
Oh, are they?
Oh, yeah.
All right. Fonzie, what is Buddy Murphy's Instagram? Because when you type in Buddy Murphy on Instagram, there's just a bunch of fake accounts that I find.
Yeah, I don't even know his Instagram. Anyway. So yeah, patreon.com/PWUnlimited. Check out Morning Coffee.
All right, so
it's going to be fun.
Back to the wrestling news. Unfortunately, Alicia Fox broke her tailbone.
Is that really unfortunate?
I mean, for her it is.
Oh, yeah, for her. For us, I don't give a shit.
The thing is, so before the Royal Rumble, they brought all the women in to a secret location the morning of, and they had them all practice. getting thrown over the top rope. They practiced the spot with Vicky Guerrero and some other things. And apparently during that practice is when Alicia got hurt, and that's when she broke her tailbone. So as of right now, she will be out for several months, most likely missing WrestleMania, even though I don't think they were going to use her at WrestleMania anyways.
I mean, they probably would have.
I mean, I honestly can see a female Andre the Giant Battle Royal now. On the pre-show. You do two of those or one on the pre-show, one on the main show.
Oh, yeah, I see that happening, absolutely.
Walt Style says, bro, how you break her ass? Probably getting thrown over the top rope, and she just didn't know how to take that bump. Instead of getting thrown over and like rolling or whatever, she probably just went over that top rope and just fell right down on her bum.
Right.
So, I mean...
It hurts.
I think that's probably how it would happen.
Oh, God. I got a question for the chat.
Show.
So I asked him this earlier, asked my brother this as well earlier. What are the best characters in pro wrestling? Like, in history, what are the best characters? Like, Macho Man was a character. Glacier was a character. Hulk Hogan was a character. What were the most iconic characters you can remember? Because I'm trying to think of a lot of, like, Kari Sane's a character, even, you know, Goldust is a character, Bray Wyatt's a character, Woke and Matt Hart is a character. So what are some that are, like, the greatest of all time? I'd wager, the Yeti? I'd say the Yeti. I think that's who I would go with.
Yeah.
Tim, you there?
Yeah. I was
You're just
listening. I was listening to you. Your
No one ever does that.
sweet, sweet voice.
That's fucking weird. We can do best right now. We can do best in the past. Oh, Undertaker.
Oh yeah, Undertaker's probably that's
I don't even know how that slipped my mind. Savvy.
He's the one.
Eugene.
Oh Lord, Eric Bischoff's nephew.
Boogeyman. Rick Rude.
Well, Rick Rude wasn't really a character. Rick Rude was just a guy. I guess you could say the Hurricane.
Stand back. There's the American Dream. I wouldn't even say that's a character. I just thought that was him. Dalton Castle. That's a really good.
He's a little bit of a character. He's more. You got to think of guys that were. How do I
over the
this?
top? Over the top.
That you wouldn't expect to see in real life, outside of professional wrestling.
Would you call $1 Million Man a character?
Not really. Did you hear what he called JBL?
No. What?
$1 Million Man said JBL's the cowboy version of me.
Nice.
Like,
Hornswoggle.
damn.
Kane.
There's another one. Kane and Undertaker are teaming up here soon. You hear about that?
The Rock?
No, Rock ain't a character. But Nick, did you hear about Kane and the Undertaker?
No.
They are teaming up. Undertaker is going to be at one of Kane's next mayoral rallies.
Did you hear that Chris Jericho is doing is it Chris Jericho?
What?
Doing a live podcast with Dave Meltzer?
No.
About the Montreal Screwjob?
When?
Pretty sure he put on his Instagram. I don't know if that was Jericho, if that was someone else.
Well, look this up. Okay, so the thing with Buddy Murphy, he posted a picture of himself. I guess it's at the gym.
Yep, it's him and Meltzer. Montreal Screwjob 20 years later. The Montreal Screwjob was one of the biggest stories in WWE history, and 20 years later, Dave Meltzer and I discussed the length of it as Talk is Jericho now, why it happened, and how it changed the course of the entire wrestling business to this day. We discussed all the major and minor players, what Shawn Michaels said to Bret the Hitman Hart to set it all off, where Vince McMahon got the idea for the double cross finish, and how the WWE might not have risen to its extraordinary heights in the Attitude Era if it hadn't happened, how the villainous Mr. McMahon character wouldn't have existed, and why WCW may have won the Midnight Wars.
All right, so it's not a live podcast. It's already up. It was up on the 25th.
It's already up. That's fucking cool, though.
I'm going to listen to that later. You can get Talk is Jericho podcast on any of your podcast apps, Google Play, iTunes, wherever you get podcasts. So the Buddy Murphy thing. Buddy Murphy posted a photo to his Instagram story, which will be gone in 24 hours. And it's him flexing in a mirror. I assume it's at the gym, and it just says 205 pounds today. So is he trying to get himself on the main roster by saying, hey, put me on the 205 Live?
No idea. Blue Blazer, Marty Scurll.
Oh, maybe he's trying to get himself in that cruiserweight title tournament.
Could be. James Ellsworth. Yeah, it's been 20 years since the screw job.
Yep. You would think they'd do it in November.
Who knows?
No, Jericho and Meltzer are actually good together. They did a podcast, I think, last year, the anniversary of Brian Pillman's passing, and that was a really good one because Jericho was really close with Pillman, and Meltzer was like, he was closer to Pillman than almost any other wrestler at that time.
Right.
Like when Pillman would come up with an idea, apparently he would call Meltzer and be like, "Hey, I'm gonna pitch this to you. How do you think it sounds? What should I change it?" Like he was always bouncing ideas off of Meltzer, apparently.
Yeah.
Kill a 703. Send a link. Are you talking about for the podcast? If so, we can't really send you the link. You just got to go through your whatever device you have for listening to podcasts, whether that's an iPhone with iTunes or a Android phone with Google Play.
So we don't know anything about Bobby Lashley right now.
No. All we know is both sides want to work together. He's been pitched a possible feud with Brock Lesnar following WrestleMania.
Which I would love to fucking see.
And that they want to keep him looking very strong leading up to that feud with Brock Lesnar following WrestleMania.
Right. This is a Christian stream. No hex, no fricks, no double-decker dicks, please.
Whoa.
That's my favorite catchphrase.
Minecraft.
Anyway, do you want to...
I've never played Minecraft in my... Oh, actually, I played once.
You want to take a call?
Yeah, if you guys want to call into the show, 559-475-8473.
Anything you guys want to ask about the week in wrestling, anything you wonder. If you just want to tell us that we're cool, you can do that over on patreon.com/PWUnlimited for as little as $1 a month or as much as $25 a month. It's up to you.
All right, so getting back into the news, Mark Henry has got a new role outside of the WWE. So Mark Henry was talking to ABC 6 Action News, said that he's no longer wrestling for the WWE. He's in more of a ambassador role, trying to bring awareness to the WWE within charities and other programs all around the world. Also, though, Mark Henry has been named one of the new co-hosts on Busted Open Radio.
Nice.
So I don't know if anybody's leaving the show or if it's now just going to be the three-man, I guess you could say, show. The three of them, because, Bubba's there, and I can't remember I always forget the other guy's name, the other co-host. But I know Bubba Dudley's one of them. And, yeah. Let's take a go.
Rey Mysterio was a one-off.
As of right now, I was going to get into that. Caller, you're on the air. What's going on? Caller, going once. Twice. Last time. Let's try a different call. And caller, you're on the air. What's going on?
Hey, how's it going, guys?
Pretty good. Yourself?
I'm good. Man, Jeremy Boras. Oh my God.
That's pretty cool. I'm excited because I feel like he could play a really big role in getting, especially in NXT,
exactly,
where stories down there is a lot more thought out. I'd be great if he was placed on this Gargano Ciampa feud.
Oh,
could you imagine what we could get out of that?
That'd be great.
That would be fantastic.
Yeah, is it true? I heard that he's on.
Oh yeah, he signed with the WWE.
I want to talk about after this.
He signed with the WWE.
I'm saying
Pardon?
I'm saying, is it true about the commentary, that he's just there for commentary? Because I loved him as a ring announcer, but I guess commentary is fine.
All we know right now is that he is signed with WWE. Impact has pretty much confirmed it, and the word going around right now is he's going to work within NXT in some sort of capacity. We don't know if he's going to be an on-screen character or a commentator, backstage only. That is all unknown. They are doing TV tapings, I think, Thursday and Friday. So we should learn some stuff coming up here at the end of the week as far as if he is working NXT and what his role is as far as the tapings do go.
Yeah, okay, so I thought, I was hoping, hopefully he's there for interviews, and, ring announcing. Because he's a veteran. Oh, my God, I love it.
Oh, I know. When you think of, AJ Styles outside of WWE, you just think the way he always said, it was... you always think Tony Chimmel saying Edge's entrance. Well, you always think Jeremy Borash saying AJ's entrance. It was just, I don't know.
Yeah, the way I love the way he said Jeff Jarrett and stuff. I wanted to talk. This is kind of old, but but it was what you guys you were on here yesterday, so I don't know if it's irrelevant to bring up.
Go for it.
But I agree. with what you said about like Sammy, like being underutilized. Like,
oh yeah,
he's been underutilized for the last. How long has he been on Main?
On Main, he came on Main right before Mania 32.
Yeah, he's been underutilized since then.
Yeah, why do you guys think that is? And would you compare him to Christian's predicament and Kevin being the Edge? Right.
Well, actually, here's a funny thing. I've been listening to all the episodes of the Edge and Christian podcast. When Edge and Christian were slated to be broken up, Christian was pegged as the better performer, the better wrestler, but Edge just got over more with the crowd. But they all thought that Christian was actually better than Edge when it came to in-ring and all that stuff. It just didn't pan out that way. So, I mean, Sammy's great.
I thought they just didn't give him a chance. Yeah.
Like I said yesterday, Sammy's one of, if not the best, all-around greatest professional wrestler they've got right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well,
and
thank you for your...
Go for it.
Oh, go ahead.
Well, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Last thing. This is just overall, like, I hate this about, and it's probably just me, because I'm old school, you know. I like the Attitude Era stuff, like, you know. And I understand that they're trying to like evolve, like, you know, because this is like the new era or whatever. But I hate the whole like cell phone promo things, like that they post on there. It takes away from the kayfabe, like, you know.
Oh, I got something for you. Well, thank you for calling. I really appreciate it. Have a good night.
Okay.
So I'm gonna tell you right now, these cell phone promos are the greatest thing to happen in WWE.
Really.
The cell phone, two things are the greatest things: the cell phone promos and the promos for the Mixed Match Challenge, because they just, when Finn Balor gave his, sounded like he was reading off a script. He just sounded comfortable. They all just look like they literally opened the camera app on their phone and they all just fucking started recording and they did their own thing. It all feels natural. I love the Charlotte Bobby Roode, like Bobby Roode getting mad because he doesn't want to wear Charlotte's robe, all that stuff, like all that stuff. Like it feels natural. It gives the WWE that kind of feeling of like, not all of this is scripted. The Mixed Match Challenge, since Vince was pretty hands off with it, I mean, I think that's why it's probably got the goodness that it does.
You know who's in charge of the Mixed Match Challenge, right?
Who?
Ryan Ward, the old NXT head writer.
Good.
He's the one that's basically, you know, head writer of that show. I think he's head producer right there. I think it's him and Triple H mainly doing Mixed Match Challenge. Yeah,
I was just a big fan of those promos. I'm a big fan of those.
I was a big. I'm not gonna say I was a big fan of them. I didn't hate them until they started adding all the graphics, and then the Uso thing last night, unlock or lockdown, and then the freaking cell door would close on the screen.
Those were fucking stupid. Those were stupid.
Or when you're watching one of these cell phone promos and they say something like the SmackDown Top 10, when the Daniel Bryan one, and it pops up on the screen of the words SmackDown Top 10.
Like I don't remember what it was called, but the lockdown thing got old quick.
And the freaking
Kason?
Yeah, the words on the screen need to go too. Like the cell phone promos aren't bad. Like I'm not gonna say I hate them, but they just, I don't know about those on-screen graphics things. Like when Shinsuke came out and he just all of a sudden on the screen said Rockstar. Like, oh my god.
It very much felt like your first day in video production class.
Oh Lord.
And they're showing you how it all works. Now it's your first day in class and you're getting used to the program and you made something for your first ever project.
I did this because I took video production in college, and there was an assignment we had, you know, open up the video program. This is how you add text to a video. Now create something with text on it. And that's exactly what it makes me think, because it's not like some, you know, oh, they made some really cool looking text. It's literally like they used the text creator, put an outline around the colored text, and slapped it on the screen. And it was exactly what I saw other people do in my intro to videography class or video editing class.
I love it. It's awesome.
You hit it on the nail right there.
It's pronounced Kason, so it's pronounced Kason. All right, Kason. Anyway, Chris Dunn has lost his mind.
Who's Chris Dunn?
That's a good question. I don't know who the fuck Chris Dunn is.
I know.
Anyway,
Kevin Dunn.
We got another call?
Yeah, let's take another call, and then I got more news to get into.
Sweet.
Too sweet. Caller, you're on the air. What's going on?
Yeah, I was calling for WrestleMania with Ronda Rousey. Would you rather see her being in the tag team with Stephanie McMahon and Triple H, and probably with The Rock, or would you rather see her go against with probably Charlotte?
And here's the thing: it's not going to be The Rock. I can probably say that 98% guarantee. It's not going to be The Rock. Rock's got too much going on. He's not going to get allowed to do it. Now, her being in a tag team match at Mania is probably a good idea.
Braun Strowman, maybe, or
that's what I would do. But right now, Braun Strowman's earmarked to get an IC title match at WrestleMania. Now, back to the Ronda Rousey. No matter who her partner is, hopefully it's somebody good. I think that's the best way you go. Because if you're going to do Ronda Rousey in a singles match, you're going to see all of her holes in her game. Yes, she can try and do some of her MMA stuff, but you can only do that so far in pro wrestling because, her as an MMA fighter, if she tries to do some of her MMA stuff, she may slip up and accidentally pull a Braun Strowman and hit the opponent too hard and knock him out almost, like Braun almost knocked out Brock. So, right. I mean,
oh yeah,
you limit her in the ring, at least for the first couple of matches. And I'm hearing that this may be her first match in the company. You limit her.
Oh, yeah, because she's filming right now, yeah.
Right. And last I heard, she's not supposed to come in till the end of February after this movie's all wrapped up. So it's going to be a while before we maybe even see her again. Now, like I was saying, you limit her. That way you don't see, like everyone knows she's green. She's only been training since last summer for professional wrestling. But you limit it because if it's just like Braun Strowman, Brock Lesnar. They put Braun in there in a regular singles match with Brock Lesnar at No Mercy, and you saw all the holes in Braun's game as far as him being green. So if you want Ronda to just still be this quote-unquote legit badass female fighter, if she goes in there and she tries to throw like a German suplex or some sort of forearm or a punch, and you can see that it's just a bad pro wrestling German or punch, then no one's going to care about Ronda because they're going to be like, oh, well, she can't even do the moves in pro wrestling. So you limit her in this tag team match, and I think that's the best way to go.
Right.
Then how would you book this and then, make it where she's a badass for a whole year?
I think that's something. I think that's something that you just
and then for next WrestleMania, her and Asuka go at it.
She won't ever face Asuka. I think the way that they're gonna
maybe
she's always gonna be badass. But thanks for your call, buddy. I appreciate it.
That's what I would think. Make them to be the badass going against badass. And
I mean, you're not wrong there, but I mean, it's gonna be a while before she faces Asuka because they don't want Ronda to lose. They don't want Asuka to lose. In all honesty, also, don't put a title on Ronda. She doesn't need it, and it's only just
right.
It's just you put that title on Ronda Rousey, and you're gonna be like, well, she's gonna hold that title forever, and there's never gonna be another girl getting a shot. So I mean, there's a lot of things that they can do to mess it up, but there's also things they can do to protect her. But thanks for the call, and have a great night.
Oh yeah, you too. Thanks, and I love listening to you guys.
Thank you.
All right, bye.
I mean, I think you limit her. You don't let her do too much. You just let her go out there and throw stuff in. Because you think about it, if it's a mixed tag team match, men versus men, women versus women, her partner in Triple H can do most of the match. Stephanie gets in, slaps her. She hits her with the freaking judo suplex like she did at WrestleMania 31, and she pins Stephanie. There you go. Bada boom.
Yeah, seems easy. So you got some news.
Yeah. So the Elimination Chamber's coming up. We know that
Big fan.
We know that John Cena, Elias,
John
Cena, Elias, and Braun Strowman are in the chamber. Now, other names I'm hearing for the chamber: Roman Reigns, of course, Seth Rollins, and if they are confident he's going to be cleared, Jason Jordan would be the final member of the Elimination Chamber match. That's the big if, though, because as of right now, coming off of Raw this week where he wasn't on the show, coming off of the Royal Rumble where he did nothing in the tag match and wasn't in the Rumble, he hasn't been cleared as far as being overly physical. So if you put him in the chamber, you got to do two things. Either he gets eliminated really, really fast, like as soon as his pod opens, or, I mean, either way, he's going to have to get eliminated fast, or you just build a suspense, I guess you could say, and make him the last guy that comes in. And then,
I don't think.
Well, no, here's the thing. Here's the thing. They've made Jason Jordan look like such a geek. Here's what you can do. Jason Jordan's the last guy to come into the chamber. Roman's standing in there by himself. He's eliminated, whoever was last with him, he eliminated that person. Whether that's, he pinned Cena again or he took out Seth Rollins. And then Jason Jordan, his pods are getting open. He's all hyped up. He's bouncing around. He's ready to get into the ring. He's overconfident in himself, thinking, well, Roman's been in this match for so long. I'm nice and fresh. He jumps in the ring. Roman spears him really fast. Boom, 1, 2, 3, quick pin. Roman wins.
Roman would get fucking booed to shit, though.
You think so? It's against Jason Jordan, who the crowd does not like.
Yeah, but they'd be more keen to like Jordan over Roman just because they're fucking morons. True.
But, I mean, we don't even know if Jordan's going to be in it. He's the name that they want in it because he's one of the bigger names on Raw in their standards. But if he's not cleared, then you have to figure something else out.
So you know what I'm thinking?
What?
And it has to do with the Elimination Chamber, so I think it's kind of a good segue. And it has to do with John Cena and The Undertaker.
Uh-huh.
John Cena and The Undertaker doesn't happen. John Cena and Finn Balor happen.
I saw other people suggesting that today.
And Finn Balor screws Cena out of the chamber match, sets up a great match for Mania. I just think it would be. It would be better.
Here's the thing, though. Why would Finn want to screw Cena out of the chamber? What's the reasoning for it? Like, because Cena beat me on Raw, so now I want to get revenge. Like, there's nothing. Not to shoot down your idea. It's just I feel like there's not much.
There's not enough fire behind it.
Right. And
the only thing I can think of is I really want to use him using the too sweet. You see how he did the too sweet when he got Cena up in the AA?
You mean when Cena got him up in the AA? Cena used the too sweet. Yeah.
I think that I want to use that as something.
I mean, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I just think that's. I don't know. I would much rather see Cena Balor than I would Taker anybody because I'm tired of seeing Undertaker wrestle.
Here's my thing.
Physically hurts me to watch him wrestle.
Here's my thing about The Undertaker. Oh, go for
it. Taker can't go anymore. He can't. He just. I mean, it hurts to watch. You can see that he's sluggish. It hurts him to go. He's just got to get out. Richard Hoffman, you guys are dumb. Fuck off, buddy.
Whoa.
Yeah, no.
Jessica Street. Dave Finley, 59 today. Interesting.
Nice.
So here's my thing with The Undertaker. WWE's been putting out these videos. They did the one about WrestleMania 24, the WWE 24 WrestleMania Orlando, and they put out a video 2 days ago. It was like the day of Raw 25 in the Manhattan Center. And in both of those videos, they made Undertaker just feel like a guy. He's hanging out with DX before Raw 25. On the WWE 24 special, they have cameras following him as he's driving up to WrestleMania. They are interviewing him on camera after WrestleMania, after his match with Roman, talking about how this was great and and then, he's out of character. I mean, I guess you could say maybe he's going to go back to American Badass. I don't think that's going to be the case. But for them to be showing Undertaker multiple times in the same week in different videos out of character leads me to believe that maybe they think he's coming to an end.
He has to. He can't. I'm sorry, but you're not going to get a good match out of Taker anymore. I don't care who you put him up against. You're not going to get a good match out of him.
I mean, there's people that can probably get a good match out of him, but I don't know how great of a match Cena can get out of him.
Tim, tell me one person that can get a good match out of The Undertaker right now.
Right now? AJ Styles?
Yes. I don't think AJ Styles could pull a good match out of The Undertaker right now. That's not me knocking AJ Styles, and that's not me knocking The Undertaker. I'm saying that The Undertaker is so old at this point, he can't move. AJ would really have to slow down his pace, and that AJ doesn't wrestle at a slow mat pace. He does those aerial things. So putting him in there, isn't going to be that good. Undertaker's best bet right now, just fucking retire, man.
Undertaker Jericho?
For the sake of his... What would be the catalyst behind that?
I don't know, but...
There's no... I can't think of anything that would kind of justify Undertaker versus Jericho. They've never really had a thing before that I can remember that was big enough to be brought back up. You could potentially do Triple H, Undertaker Brock again, but Cena versus Taker, it would just not be a good match. I don't think it would benefit either Taker or Cena. It's just going to be a painful match to watch because we all know what the outcome's going to be. I don't think he should wrestle again. I think he just needs to retire. AJ would have to slow himself down. And the hip problems don't help, just like Kason said. Hip problems. Age is nothing but a number. Yeah, but fucking injuries up the ass when you're barely fucking moving and you're that old and trying to wrestle young guys. That's huge.
Watch the 24 special. Undertaker pretty much says he doesn't think he can go anymore. He pretty much says for the past however many years, I've just been trying to get by. And they keep showing and then as he's saying that, they're showing all these clips of Undertaker after his matches. He had a match, I think it was WrestleMania 29. They show him just sitting on the ring steps after the match trying to compose himself. They show him just a bunch of different things they showed of him where he's like out of breath or barely, like after the match with Roman at Mania, and they show a clip where he's like barely able to get to his feet. And he's just like, I've done this for over 30 years of my life. And he said something along the lines of, I don't remember the exact quote, but he said something along the lines of, I want to go out there and be able to perform the best I can, but I don't want to be, he said something, I don't want to misquote it, but it's like, basically he said, I don't want to be a shell of my old self.
Yeah, people are saying here, Hulk Hogan still wrestled when he was old. Yeah, but Hulk Hogan also was actively wrestling and rarely took breaks.
No.
When
Hulk Hogan was doing that, he was literally doing like 3 moves in his matches. He was doing nothing. They weren't Undertaker quality, what you're used to matches. And Undertaker's the kind of guy, Hulk Hogan was the kind of guy you're going to give me a paycheck? I'll go out there big boot and leg drop a guy in a minute and a half match. Undertaker's not that kind of guy. He's like Shawn Michaels. He's going to want to go out there and do the best match possible.
Fuck. I'd rather see Shawn Michaels go other than Taker.
Well, Shawn can. Shawn probably still can to an extent.
He probably, like you said, to an extent. He doesn't have anything to prove anymore. He did everything that he could possibly do, everything that he would need to do. He was a world champion. He went undefeated at WrestleMania for the longest time. He's put on fucking great fucking caliber matches with Shawn Michaels twice.
Here's the other thing that I heard this week.
He said he doesn't want to be a parody of himself.
That's what it is. Yeah, parody. That's it. Here's the other thing.
Here's
the other thing. He's lost twice at WrestleMania. What does he really have left to prove?
Exactly. Another win against a guy like John Cena, who
would he even beat? Would they even have him go over Cena, or would he lose again to Cena?
Okay. Can I also raise another argument why Cena Taker wouldn't be good?
Why?
Because it's just going to be part-timer versus part-timer. No one's going to fucking care. In kayfabe, no one should care. Everyone's going to, everyone's going to lose their shit because it's Cena Taker. But, I don't know. Look at Sabu.
Yeah.
He's not good. He had to get a fucking GoFundMe to fix his hip.
For everyone saying, Hogan Rock was great. But
was it great, guys?
No. It was great for what it was. But here's the thing. Going back to Hogan matches compared to Undertaker matches. Hulk Hogan had about 5 moves in his repertoire. Undertaker doesn't have just 5 moves. Hulk Hogan was not at 50-something years old still doing dives over the top rope to the outside, doing the leg drop on the apron, doing all these big impactful moves, the old school off the ropes. Undertaker's doing all these big moves in all of his matches where Hogan was doing the bare minimum. Mm-hmm. So he's doing the bare minimum. You can say, well, it's taking less of a toll on his body at that age. Whether it's the same age, Undertaker now at the same age Hogan then. Undertaker's doing things that's going to be harder on his body. WrestleMania 25 when he almost concussed himself jumping over the top rope to the outside on top of Shawn Michaels and the camera guy.
Who was the camera guy? Apparently that was somebody.
I have no idea.
Anyway, we got some calls. Let's lighten the mood a little bit
Let's take another call.
Before we wrap up here. Take a few more calls.
Caller, you're on the air. What's going on?
Good, and you?
Pretty good. What's up?
I had two questions.
Okay.
You didn't think it would have been better for they would have played Eddie Guerrero's song for Vicky Guerrero on Sunday, or no?
No. Because it's not like Vicky ever came out to it. You playing Eddie Guerrero's music is like, oh, well, here's something you're never going to get. It's Eddie Guerrero, and then it's not Eddie. It would have been, I don't even know if I could say okay if Vicky ever used Eddie's music, but she didn't. She never had music. Her whole thing was, as soon as she came out, it was the excuse me.
Yeah, but she used it the last time when she did that pudding or whatever it was on that
Yes,
on that
they
pool.
did do that the one time because she asked to do it because she knew it was her last day in the company, and they allowed her to do it because she's the type of person that no matter what they ever asked her to do, she always said yes. So when she asked if she can do that one thing, they allowed it because it wasn't like a big nostalgia pop thing. Like if they were to do it in the Rumble, it would have been like everyone would have said, oh, they were trolling the fans with using Eddie's music.
Right. So what was your other question?
The other question was, are y'all going to do the live with Raw and SmackDown, how y'all did it with the pay-per-views, or no?
Unfortunately, I can't be live during Raw and SmackDown.
Okay, so it's just going to be pay-per-views?
Right. As of right now,
It's
Okay.
going to be pay-per-views, and we'll always be live after Raw and SmackDown.
Oh, yeah, we'll
at
be live
about
afterwards, just not during.
At about 9 p.m.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was just wondering, because
Kinda hard-
that was the
kinda
good
hard to do with two
idea
kids.
that y'all did that. But yeah, you have kids, right, Tom?
Right.
Yeah. All right, that was the only question. So
All
I think
Have a good night.
All right, Tom, what do you want to do next?
So Chris Jericho maybe coming back to the WWE following WrestleMania.
How did you... We're not going to say anything about that? Just going to let it slide?
So Chris Jericho maybe coming back to the WWE following.
Oh, God. Yes. Okay, anyway. Chris Jericho coming
Tom
back.
is spelled T-I-M.
Yeah, obviously.
Chris Jericho
You know,
maybe coming.
you know who's my favorite announcer in WWE?
Tim Phillips?
Tim Phillips.
Anyways, Chris Jericho maybe coming back to the WWE after WrestleMania. According to Inside the Ropes, Jericho's planned one-man show has to be rescheduled due to a conflict in dates with the WWE. Inside the Ropes tweeted the following, stating, "We'll have to revise May dates for Chris Jericho's UK tour that was going to be announced tomorrow. Thanks for all of your patience. In 50 minutes, we have another announcement." So Chris Jericho was going to do stuff like we've seen Mick Foley and stuff like we've seen from Jim Ross and Paul Heyman. Paul Heyman actually
Shawn
did one.
Michaels. Shawn Michaels did one too recently.
Right. I'm talking about like with Inside the Ropes.
Yeah, he did one.
Oh, did it? Was it? I didn't know it was with them.
Yes.
So they were gonna do like a sit down kind of. I don't know if you can call it an interview thing, but it was just like Jericho telling stories from his career. And unfortunately, due to the WWE needing him at that time in May, it's supposed to be I think first or second week of May. Coming back to WWE. So it's gonna be interesting. I think WWE is gonna be in London in May. So
Yeah, I believe so. You want to go?
Oh yeah.
You want to go?
Yeah, that's not gonna be an expensive plane ticket.
I'm sure we can afford it. Just buy it a few months.
Anyways, so yeah, Chris Jericho may be back in the WWE. We don't know what capacity this is going to be. Whether it's another one shot like he did last year when they did the triple threat U.S. title match on SmackDown, or if he's coming back in for some sort of a feud, it's not known. But WWE needs Chris Jericho sometime in May.
Yeah, so that'll be fun. I'm excited to see him back. I've always
yeah.
been a fan. Jericho's just. Would you call him a character?
I'd call him the greatest man that ever reinvented himself 66,000 times.
Oh, God, yeah.
He is the one guy that knows, like when people leave and come back, they try to be the same. Jericho knows that when you leave, you should always come back. Maybe not completely different every time, but change something up. You don't want to be the same thing every time. People be like, I'm tired of that. No, he knows that he needs to be something different every single time.
Yeah. I'm excited for Jericho to come back.
Hopefully it's something significant. I mean, I was kind of disappointed when he did come in just for the one match on SmackDown last year.
Yeah, that was kind of weird.
So, I mean, you gotta think about it. He is technically a would they confine him to the brands? Because he is technically a SmackDown superstar.
I don't think he's brand exclusive anymore.
Remember, he came over with that U.S. title, and they got murdered right in front of my eyes by Kevin Owens.
Didn't someone try to stop Owens?
Yeah, if you go and watch the slow-mo video on WWE.com and their YouTube channel, you can see me in it.
Really?
Yep. I'm literally, I was an arm length away from the whole thing taking place where I was sitting front row. And the guy next to me was trying to grab at Owens, and he was yelling, "Please don't hurt Chris Jericho."
It's like, please stop, you're going to hurt Jericho.
Basically.
Anyway, you want to plug the morning coffee one more time for people that weren't here and call it a night?
Yeah, if you guys were not here earlier in the show, we have an announcement. So we are doing a new podcast. It's going to be for our Patreon subscribers only, and it is called The Morning Coffee. Well, PWUnlimited's Morning Coffee.
Yeah. I drink coffee. Do you drink coffee every morning?
I hate coffee.
You're fucking...
I don't even like the smell of Starbucks.
Oh, you're a monster.
I like Monster, but not Starbucks.
Monster's good. Go click that link. You can do as little as $1 or as much as $25. We do have a brand new podcast we're going to be rolling out here very, 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 very soon. It's going to be called The Morning Coffee. It's going to be a little bit of a talk show. Go ahead.
Here's the premise of it. It's going to be, we'll talk wrestling, especially if it's like on Monday or Tuesday. We'll say, hey, this happened on Raw, this happened on SmackDown. But we'll also talk about other things, funny things we see on Twitter, some what's it called, pop culture stuff that's going on, maybe other sports stuff, Super Bowl, NASCAR, NBA, all different kinds of things. And it's going to be most mornings. If you guys go over to our Patreon, it is in the $5 tier. But if you do subscribe for the $1 tier, you may sometimes get some episodes of the Morning Coffee. Sometimes we'll be like, yeah, screw it, we'll put out an episode for you $1 guys.
Yeah,
because we can do that. It's not
we can do that.
We can put it out at any way we want. But anyways, so yeah, it's going to be most mornings, at least weekday mornings. I don't know about weekends yet. We're still hashing out the schedule for it, but it is going to be more mornings than not. Roughly 30 minutes ish. We don't want to be too long. Maybe something just that you can listen to on your drive to work.
Your drive to work, your drive to school, the bus ride, or if you just ditch school like I did for 99.8% of my senior year and still have somehow walked the stage.
So yeah, head over to patreon.com/PWUnlimited and sign up over there. If you want every episode of the Morning Coffee, $5. If you just want some episodes of the Morning Coffee, $1. If you want more than just the Morning Coffee, like an exclusive PWUnlimited t-shirt and whatnot, go sign up for the $25. We're going to be adding some more things to Patreon as well. And on the topic of t-shirts, if you guys want to head over to TeePublic.com and check out the Pro Wrestling Unlimited store there, you can get our new Monday Night Raw inspired t-shirt right here.
Yeah, go ahead and check that shirt out. It was designed by yours truly, so go check out that shirt.
I guess you could say that. You came up with the idea, I designed the logo on it.
Well, I came up with the idea, Tim designed it, actually.
It was Nick's idea, just like it was Nick's idea to do the Rusev Day shirt. So,
things that I don't stay... Nicole, no, don't stay in school, kids. Drop out immediately. But, what was I going to say here? Yeah, shirts I make usually do pretty well. So go help prove me right, prove Tim wrong, buy the shirt, support the show. It'd be awesome. I want to thank you guys.
If you guys really like Nick and t-shirts, you can get a t-shirt with Nick's face on it.
You can get my Nick the Heel t-shirt.
Hashtag Nick the Heel.
That photo of me was taken at the... What airport was that? It was an airport. I think it was when I left... Oh, it was at the Denver airport. It was when I left Montana and I landed in Denver. It was at the Denver International Airport. I was on my way back to SFO to go home. And I was very upset because the lady at the counter Did not bring my pizza on time, and I had to go on my flight holding a box of pizza, and I looked like a fat guy. And I looked very grumpy, and someone took a photo of me, and now we put it on a T-shirt.
Yikes, I didn't know all the backstory.
Oh, stupid backstory. Airport was really, really nice, though. So, thank you guys so much for tuning in. I have been Nick. You can follow me on Twitter at PW_Armstrong. That's PWU_Armstrong. Like I said, anyone here that follows me, I will just send you the dankest memes that I have in my phone.
Yikes, he said dank.
Yeah, they're dank memes. Be sure to follow our Twitter at PWUnlimited. You can check us out on Facebook at facebook.com/PWUnlimited. You can also check us out right here on YouTube, even though you're already here. And if you ever miss a show or want to go back and listen to something because you were late, you can check us out on, what is it called?
iTunes and YouTube.
The iTunes podcast app. Excuse me. Yeah, the iOS podcast app built into the iPhone. Just go over there. Search up Pro Wrestling Unlimited. Leave a rating and a review. Nicole, yes, we will get that shirt. I'll have Tim make that immediately. It's Nick the Heel, but without my face.
No, Nicole, message PW Unlimited on Twitter.
So,
what was that?
I don't know. You tell me, Doug.
I heard a weird noise coming from something. I don't know. Anyways. That's going to do it for this episode of the PW Unlimited podcast. You can also find me, Tom, at TimmyBuddy on Twitter. Have a good night, guys.
Bye.